California supervolcano is rattling, magnitude 5.1, and very strong quake swarm is hitting Long Valley Caldera. Now, Long Valley Caldera is described by USGS as very high threat volcano. It's 11,122 feet height. It's large 17 by 32 kilometer caldera east of Sierra Nevada, the Nevada Range, California, result of the giant explosive eruption, the super eruption that happened 760,000 years ago, forming the widespread voluminous Bishop Tuff. The caldera has been showing unrest in recent years, especially in the past months, just east of the Mono Lake of the caldera. It's deforming, and the caldera floor and earthquake swarms are taking place. It contains numerous hot springs and fumaroles like Yellowstone does, and in order to better study and monitor the caldera, USGS established the Long Valley Observatory there. Now, this is the area that was hit and is being rattled today and yesterday, just a few hours ago. This is the area of Mono Lake. As you can see, it's a simplified geologic map by USGS. It's of Long Valley Caldera and the Mono Lake, Mono Inyo craters, the volcanic chain. So this is the area that's been hit, Mono Lake and just east of that, which is across the border of California, but still, this is the Long Valley Caldera supervolcano that is shaking, according to Volcano Discovery, and I'll leave a link for you for this. Now, the background of this, following the Bishop Tuff eruption and formation of the Long Valley Caldera 760,000 years ago, that was a super eruption, of course. Activity continued in the central part of the caldera to form a lava dome. Smaller explosive eruptions of rhyodacite pumice occurred as well from outer ringe fracture vents, and the last activity was about 50,000 years ago. Its early history, the caldera contained a large lake where the new lava dome formed an island. Beach deposits can be seen on the caldera walls today, and later the lake drained through the Owens River Gorge, which goes down south into Ridgecrest area. The younger Inyo craters overlap the caldera on the northwest, but are chemically and tectonically distinct from the Long Valley magmatic system. Long-term trends, earthquake activity, remained low since the mid-1990s, average just 5 to 10 earthquakes per day, magnitudes less than 2. So this 5.1 and 4.5 and 4.4, as we can see, is significant. CO2 trends, diffuse carbon dioxide gas flux in the Horseshoe Lake tree kill area has shown little change from relative high levels of 50 to 150 tons every day, sustained for the past several years. Kindly support my Patreon channel because YouTube has again demonetized my YouTube channel. I will be uploading at least 5 videos a day. They will be totally different from the videos that I have on my regular YouTube channel. I hope you'll find them interesting, and you'll find the Patreon link in the description box below each video. Thank you. Here we are at Sizewell, Berkeley, and I'm shocked at what I see here happening at nearby, just east of the Mono Lake of Long Valley Caldera. We had a 5.1 earthquake, a shallow earthquake of about 3 miles down, and that was followed by 4.3, 4.4 today, again 4.3. These are pretty strong 4.4 aftershocks, and you can see here these are only the earthquakes of 2.5 and above. If we go into what we had this past week at smaller amounts, we can see what's happening in this area. Okay, here we are. Here we are, we're panning out, and this is Mono Lake. This whole area here is the Long Valley Caldera of California. It doesn't matter that they're just across the border, but this is all Long Valley Caldera. And this 5.1 has shaken Mono Lake. This is the shake map of USGS, as you can see. We've been having months of earthquakes here, months of earthquakes. And now we know that this is one of the very high threat volcanoes of California, as listed by USGS. Long Valley Caldera, it's a supervolcano. These are the fault lines. This is San Andreas Fault System, Garlic Fault, Ridgecrest is here. This is the Walker Lane Fault System, a series of faults. Now we know that San Andreas takes up 75% of the pressure of the subduction of the Pacific Plate underneath the North American Plate. And Walker Lane Fault System takes out up the other 25% of the pressure of that subduction. And we have a number of very high threat volcanoes here. This is a supervolcano. The last super eruption of this took place about 760,000 years ago. Now, panning out, let's take a look at this. The magma coming from here is from the Baja California area. It's a magma plume. It's into a Y shape going the west under San Andreas and Walker Lane, feeding those areas. And the east, right here, goes through this area of volcanic fields into the Utah under Salt Lake City, where we had a 5.7 magnitude earthquake on March 18. And the plume goes into Yellowstone, right there, that's Yellowstone Lake, and then turns west. Here you see that U-shaped thing, that horseshoe-shaped thing, that's the Idaho volcanic fields right there, where you had on the night of March 31st to April 1st, a 6.5 magnitude earthquake. And we've had shakings there all along, at 6.5. Now the USGS says that Yellowstone, which is another supervolcano, it's about 400 miles from, 600 miles from Long Valley Caldera. And the plumbing, the hydrothermal areas, the USGS geologists claim have been shaken by the nearby 6.5, because that did shake. It did shake Yellowstone, as did Utah, because they were pretty close. Now, Yellowstone, as we know, is one of the 20 supervolcanoes of the Earth. So is Long Valley Caldera. Now, this we know that before the Ridgecrest earthquakes took place, 6.5 foreshock and the 7.1, this had a number of hundreds of earthquakes in that area. We know that that's a volcanic field, the Coastal Volcanic Field. It has a geothermal plant there. And also, there's a geothermal plant in Yellowstone. Not Yellowstone, Long Valley Caldera. There are not that many people living there, even though we had 112 people reporting that they felt the shaking of 5.1. The population density, hardly anybody there, as you can see. Okay, 5.1, maybe the people around this area heard it, or maybe up there, I don't know. So this is what's going on there. Oh, the red are just the past hour, okay? The red are the past hour, the blue is the past day. So this is a tremendous amount of quake activity there. We know that the USGS is telling us that there is deformation there. It's inflating, meaning that there is magma pushing up and inflating and filling the magma chamber there. So all of you there, please be very careful.